Anyway, welcome back to Bio on the Road. Another night shift, I suppose. Yes. I've been actually given a topic to talk about for once, which is weird. Someone contacted me on Steam and said, hey, I've been following the series. Thanks for that, by the way. Could you talk about... I nearly ran over a dog. Could you talk about not dogs. Talk about zombies. What? Yes, zombies. And zombie apocalypses and everything. And I said, sure. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Potentially for the entire trip, because there's probably a lot to talk about when it comes down to zombies. But first, a small announcement over the path I will be taking. There's a party going on in the center of town where I'm going to, so I won't be able to pass it. We're going to have to make a slight detour there. Don't think anyone will mind. If you do, well, too bad. Anyway, zombies then, huh? First things first, did I survive the zombie apocalypse? Nope. People always go about that, right? Up there, there's a zombie apocalypse, I'll kill them all. I have a shovel in my backyard and I'll kill them all. You won't, alright? You can just face it. Be lucky if you survive the first day. There's gonna be panic everywhere and, you know, it might be slow, and I'm going with the typical zombies, right? Like big hordes, but slow as fudge. Right? You may be able to outrun them, but there's gonna be so many of them so fast. You're gonna get cornered at some point and you're gonna die, alright? That's the way I look at things. Unless you had some special training or whatever, or you get extremely lucky, this is part 4 of the detour, you're just gonna end up dead. No ifs, no buts, no candy, and that's I would survive, right? Might take 1 or 2 down, but nope. There we go. Anyway, yes. But it's an interesting thing, though, like zombie apocalypse. I mean, I think the most thing would be, again, a virus. Concerns get you in your brain bananas. But, I don't think it could happen. I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it? I mean, once, like, 90% of the population is zombified and dead and whatnot, where are they going to keep getting their food? I mean, come on, go on. I saw you. I'm not drunk. I know what I'm doing. I can't speak for you guys, though. You know, it might be shit-faced. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you should be having a light on your back of the bike as well. Anyway, yeah. How did it keep going? I mean, your body starts decomposing, as you could tell by the fact that they're apparently extremely squishy. But how did it keep going? I mean, the muscles must be degenerating and stuff like that, and the eyeballs must... Your brain needs oxygen and stuff like that in order for it to be able to send impulses. I mean, once they get starved to bits, they're gonna die off really quickly. And there's also like the normal stuff, like dehydration and stuff like that. A human body needs like a shit ton of stuff to keep functioning properly. So you might be having a zombie apocalypse for a week or so, but those first guys are going to be out really quickly. This is where I need to be a bit more careful because of bikes and I can't see shit from a front. So I'm going to have to concentrate on the road just a tad. Okay, so where are they sending me? Where are they sending me? I can go wherever I damn well please, it looks like. Hello, Mr. Police Officer. I'm hoping you're doing all right today. Anyway, yes. There's also the fun little fact that a zombie apocalypse would actually be a quite formal occasion. Namely the fact that we bury our dead in proper clothing, so every zombie would be running around in a tuxedo or a gown or something like that. And there's that one dude, which was kind of funny actually. I'm pretty sure he's not serious, but it was funny though. It's going like, every time I have to, put someone in its casket to get buried, I tie shoelaces together. If you ever rise up as a zombie, it's going to be funny as fudge. But anyway, enough stupidity. Yes, he's really motivated to get out of here. I kind of wonder what his problem was. Anyway, I'm good to go. But yeah, I mean, sure, proper zombie apocalypse. Where would the best place to hide out be? I think I went over this like way back when I was still playing Left 4 Dead 2 on the channel. The topic came up as to where would you go and who would your buddy be. Personally, I think like a castle would be ideal. But it needs to be like a proper one, right? So drawbridge and a moat that's connected to a river so you have flowing water. I think that would be great, right? The zombies apparently can't swim, let alone scale the castle wall. And, you can grow your veggies in the courtyard and whatnot. If you ever get raided, the drawbridge up and you got a good vantage point to shoot zombies and raiders alike. I could plant potatoes. Only one small problem. The nearest castle is quite far away from here. But yeah, I think a castle would be great. I mean, people go on about, get a boat or something like that. I mean, why a boat? Sure, again, zombies can't swim, but you get on your little boat, and then what? You run out of food, you run out of fuel, then what? Try to get to a tropical island and hope that disease didn't spread there or that there aren't any humans there, but I mean, how long can you practically survive on those then? I suppose it's possible. That wouldn't be the worst idea, but, castle is probably what I would be going for. And there's the thing, like, do you try to survive on your own? Do you go with a group? I don't know. Definitely not on my own, right? I mean, you'd never be comfortable, never be safe. You wouldn't be able to sleep because, you just couldn't, right? That's the thing. Big groups, I don't know. I mean, the more people you have, the better you can distribute labor. And the more people you have qualified at specific stuff, like a doctor, a farmer, guards, and stuff like that. But big groups means a lot more mouths to feed as well. So you have to think about that as well. You gotta be able to feed everyone. I don't know, maybe like a group of 4, maybe 5 would be ideal. Who would you bring? I mean, like I said, you'd probably need a farmer. Probably need a doctor. Need a few guys who are skilled in combat. I don't know, maybe like 6, 7 people, depending on how skilled they are at what they do. Yeah, that could work. And then there's a thing about, valuable resources or something, I suppose. Like, I'm pretty sure money would no longer be valuable. So the thing then becomes, what becomes valuable? I mean, you got your standard stuff like ammo and stuff like that. But then you have like your little things, you know what I mean? Like, stuff like coffee and probably another usual one like cigarettes. Coffee might make a good trade good. I suppose one lucky thing would be that I'm not a coffee person. So that wouldn't be a problem. What else? Like, I suppose everything that's hard to grow on your own would be valuable, at least to start. Like canned food and stuff like that. But if the thing keeps going on, and you know what? I'm enjoying myself here. I'm going to take it the standard detour route, right? Makes it so there's less noise for you guys, and I keep going on for a little while longer. But like, once stuff starts going on, I think the stuff you start growing could become valuable as well. Like fresh produce, fresh vegetables, maybe some fruit. Liquor, that's a big one. You can make your own liquor, you know. People have been doing it for the longest time ever. Let's look at moonshine and stuff like that. Liquor would be a valuable good. Same with medicine. It's all the little things, like, you gotta keep in mind, if a zombie apocalypse does happen, I mean, hospitals and stuff like that, granted, they're gonna be big targets for raiders and stuff like that, but all the stuff that's being produced is gonna be gone. Alright, so medicine will run out, food will run out, electricity will be long gone. Fuel, same thing. I mean, pumps will run dry pretty quickly too. But then again, I mean, is having a car at that point still valuable? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's all speculation. I really doubt a zombie apocalypse is actually going to be a thing at some point. But you know, it's nice to fantasize about it, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, after a while, canned food will turn bad as well. You start to rely on stuff you grow yourself. Would you be able to have, like, cattle? Even just some poultry or something like that. I mean, fresh meat. Could be valuable, you know. Will be valuable, I guess. Batteries. Solar panels for sure. Windmills. Well, I'll see a few of those pop up. That'll show the government for banning it right now because it ruins the skyline. Screw the government. Windmills. I mean, yeah, your standard stuff like water and stuff as well, you know. You know, water filter isn't the hardest thing to make, granted, but that stuff needs to be maintained as well. I don't know, man. Would we be able to survive a zombie apocalypse? Like I said, I would, right? I'd be probably in with the first wave of casualties. Especially if it broke out at night. I don't know, I mean, all things considered, it would probably do the world a favor, the way we're breaking stuff now. The planet would be able to recuperate from the scourge that is known as humankind, or something along those lines. Anyway, it kind of brings you back to the survival bit, like, oh, what weapon would you pick, and, you know, Standard answers would be like crossbows because you can reuse the ammo. It's easy, sort of, to reproduce yourself. Just get like a sharp stick and put some feathers on it or something to make it fly at least a little bit straight. Crossbow would be difficult to make, but like a normal standard longbow or something should be doable, right? Yeah. Just get a good amount of string, relatively flexible vine, and you're off. And you know, your melee weapons, of course, your clubs and swords and stuff like that. Would be convenient though, because that castle that I did just mention a while back. Oh, look at the fog rolling, and that's cool. It's ominous. But yeah, the castle I was talking about is actually a museum for what stuff was going around in the Middle Ages, like weapons and torture devices. Torture devices wouldn't be that useful, granted, but you know, they had their long swords and their short swords and Zweihanders and chainmail, and makes you wonder. I mean, zombie apocalypse, why don't people just wear chainmail for God's sakes? Pretty sure you can't fight through that. Making sure they can eat your face off, but you wouldn't have to worry about one biting your leg. Full riot gear, Dad. Just gotta make sure they don't eat your face off. Ah, zombie apocalypse. Would be quite something, wouldn't it? Yep. You can tell I'm pretty much done. Hope you're contented about this little storytelling. But I mean, this is all, of course, when we're talking about the slow as molasses zombies dragging their own feet behind them. If you were to get like the stuff from actual Left 4 Dead where they're actually running at you, then you're probably just screwed. Seriously. Zombies running after you, you're pretty much done for. They can scale, climb walls and whatnot, you know. You'd be dead. Straight up dead. Anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. Feel free to show us more by commenting, liking, and or subbing if you haven't already. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode. Bye everyone.